Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 15 lining, 15 lining. Get to the ball, let's keep running, Watch out, watch the twist. He's crossed, let's go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, good for an Eagle first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing his Wentz. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Get in the right room.
Great 15, great 15.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. 2nd down and goal. Wentz to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL?
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack on 1st down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Hey, check. 3 down. Let's go. Can Lobo. Switch. Ready, go.
Looking to throw on second down. Love got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Looking to throw. Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That's pulled in at the 32. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw, it's Wentz. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jalen Smith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now this time he'll look to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Cameron Meredith. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows to 10-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Love. And a big loss goes here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
He's checking. He's still here.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Wentz now on first down. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point safely through. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To throw on second down. Love. That one complete to Elliott. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd and 2, Love. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, 48, go!
Operating from the gun. Love. And going deep for Hill. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw again. Love. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Switch. Switch. Squeeze. Get in there. Ready.
From the gun, Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking to throw on second down. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This to Jarwin. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Let's go.
At the 37-yard line.
To throw on second down. Love finds the open target, Arnold. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down.
Operating from the gun. Love. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Play action. Now Wentz. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
You can't block me.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
From the 31, Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. The Cowboys on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be third and forever. Operating from the gun. Love. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
Now a hit and a loose football. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, it's Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Sanders, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Right there, 54 miles.
Wentz going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Love. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, 3rd down here. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the gun, Love. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Love. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Love. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love. Now a desperation throw. Deep depth. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Intended that time for Cooper. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but Probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Philadelphia, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Jags grab it. 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Looking to throw. Right. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. On first down, this is Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Once more, Adams on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Right. Thomas has got it. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll go with Hill here on first down. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 5. And he's got his man on the out route. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run on 2nd down with Adams. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Able to find Shaheen here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, complete. It's Reyes. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is right. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Now right. Throwing on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Wright operating from the gun. He's going to let this go for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Then if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wright off the play fake. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Here I come again. My 5, my 5, my 5. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back at the 26-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now Watson. He's got Fuller. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3s already put through the posts.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now this throw caught left side and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, a run for Hill. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Right now, on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. And he's got room. The 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work.
Lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Watson. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. Back now in Houston, a lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. All day, every day.
Here we go on 4th. Watson, and it is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Right. The open man is Westbrook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check.
Looking to throw. Right. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And just a quick hitch route there, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is right. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 8 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. This one into the hands of Hurd. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. For the catch made by Hopkins. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. On the ground with Hill to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to throw. Right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw. Right. And he completes it to Westbrook. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. On second down, it's Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The extra point up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken short. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Jacksonville, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.